Hi, I'm Chad, and today we're gonna go over the best fall, winter, and spring herbicide to use in warm season grass. This is gonna work for all warm season turf grasses besides Bahia grass, and it won't work for any cool season. So St. Augustine, zoysia, Bermuda, and centipede grass, this covers. Now, if you enjoy my videos, I do online consultations. Email me at turforganics904@gmail.com, and I also have DIY kits with the product I'm using today and a summer weed control and insecticide and fungicide, a kit a year round for everything you need. Email me for more information. Now let's get right into this video. So my favorite herbicide for fall, winter, and spring is Celsius Extra. Celsius is okay too, but I'm a big fan of the Celsius Extra. Now, a good thing about this too is this isn't too expensive for homeowners to buy. It's gonna be around $160 to $180 for the bottle, but you're gonna be using a very small amount and this will last you a long time. So this is definitely a reasonable buy. Now I'm gonna show you how to mix and apply and everything you need for this product. To let you know, I highly recommend always reading the labels for yourself, but this product does not have a heat restriction and can technically be used year around. I personally do not like using in the summertime, even though you can. There's a lot better products like Avenue South, and I have a whole video about these other summertime herbicides that are just as effective without the chance of burning. I hear a lot of people that use just a little too much and burn the yards with this product in the summertime. So it can be done, but it's hard to do, and there's no need to risk it because a product like Avenue South works just as well, and you have a way less chance of burning your yard in the summertime. So now let's get in how to mix and apply this Celsius Extra. Now the label calls for 0.17 to 0.23 ounces per 1,000 square feet, which is 1 gallon of water. Most people, if you have lawn even 5,000-10,000 square feet and you have a moderate amount of weeds, you're really gonna only use 1 gallon of product. So this is what I recommend. So when you see the label saying per 1,000 square feet, that is going to be out of a hand pump or backpack sprayer, 1 gallon of water. 0.17, 0.23, how am I supposed to measure that? It comes with this scooper here at the minimum rate, 0.17. Now, if you're mixing more than a gallon, it comes with this cup, which starts at 0.25, which is just above the maximum rate. So you're really not gonna need this unless you're mixing more than 1 gallon. If you're new to using these products, I always recommend using the lower rate. It's gonna take time. These herbicides do work slow, so wait 2 or 3 weeks to see results. The great news is if it doesn't totally kill it, you can go back and reapply. I like to do around 30 days. So after 30 days, you didn't see the kill you wanted, mix up the same mix and reapply and you'll get the kill then. You can always apply more, you can never pick it back up once you do it. Especially you have a scooper with the minimum rate, so let's just use that. So now what I like to do is I've mixed my 1 gallon hand pump sprayer to half a gallon. So I'm gonna put this mix in the half a gallon, shake it up, then add the other half. It's so blue because there's a little bit of blue dye so that way you can see the level of the water. Now because this is the minimum rate, you can get a very nice, healthy scoop. Make sure it's all the way up to the top because we're using this at the minimum rate here. So you're just gonna scoop and apply it in just like that. Now, I like to always use is blue dye and a surfactant, especially if you're new to doing this, definitely get some blue tracer dye. Just yard blue tracer dye, you can almost get it from anywhere. It'll help you show where you're applying and how much you're coating those weeds, because you want to coat the weeds, but you don't want to soak things too much to damage the turf. And then I always like to use a surfactant. The most important is that's a non-ionic surfactant. That's really all you need, but any brand or anything will do. And for a gallon, all I like to do is just a splash of surfactant. And the label here for surfactants are always different. It's usually about to a gallon. It's usually 1 to 2 ounces. So whatever surfactant you get, make sure you check the label. And then, this is a giant jug of blue dye. You don't need one this big, I'm sure. And then just, I'm gonna do a little more for the video. You really only need a splash, but I want to make sure in the video it shows up. So I applied a little more than you commonly would need, but all right. You're gonna put the top back on. What I like to do is shake her up. If you have a backpack one, you can put it on your back and shake it up. Make sure it's mixed up nicely. And then I'm going to put, so I only put half a gallon in. I'm gonna put the other half a gallon in to make it the full gallon mix. Now it's filled all the way up to the proper rate. Now that I have this, I'm gonna go walk around my yard, find weeds in it, and apply the product. So let's go do that. All right, now luckily, for video's sake, I have a lot of weeds here. It's because I haven't mowed or done anything throughout the whole winter. And I use this area as a workspace, so I have lots of examples. But as you can see with the blue dye, it's leaving a nice blue coating. And I gotta be careful, see, around these shrubs. So you can see, you wanna make sure you give the whole weed a nice soaking, but you don't want to apply any excess after it's already soaked because that won't do any more. Now, if you're not sure what this weed will kill and what it doesn't, it obviously tells you on the label, but I don't expect you to know every weed. If you treat a weed 2 to 3 times and you don't get a kill, it's probably something untreatable. But some weeds are more stubborn than others and will take a few applications. So don't just go one time and go, oh, I can't kill that, it must be unkillable. Now, when you have really tall weeds, these are hard to kill. I would usually recommend pulling weeds, especially this size. For example purposes, I'm going to spray them. But another good thing to know is all these lawn herbicides and even Roundup and everything works from the leaf blade in. A lot of people chop the weeds down, then spray them. That's not a good way. You don't want to let them grow as tall as you see I have them here, but you don't want to cut them before you spray the weed because everything works from the leaf blade in. So the more leaf blade there is to apply on, the more the product can get into the plant and get a full kill. It's gonna work its way down to the roots through the leaf blade. So if you scalp it down and then spray it, there's not a lot to spray there and you might not get enough of the product on the leaf blade to be fully effective. Now, I'm gonna spray a weed this big, but products like this aren't made for weeds this big. You're gonna have to pool something like that. So, but all these little hawksbeard, again, if it's bigger like that one, you could pool it, but it can definitely kill these hawksbeard. But again, don't scalp. You want, don't even mow before. You wanna let the weeds be a little tall as you apply. As you can see, all the blue, got a very good soaking of the product on the weeds, but you know, it doesn't need to be too excessive. As you can see, this whole area is blue. And that way too, you wanna keep pets and kids off wherever you're applying, you know. That's also good to have that blue dye. Once the blue dye's gone, that's a good sign that it's safe, that people can go back on because the product has been completely absorbed into the plant. You know, there's products that you can go on when it's safe when it's dry. The longer you wait, the safer you can be, and you can never be too safe. Now, with some of these weeds that I've let get out of control, at the minimum rate I applied, and I'm doing this in February with pretty mild temperatures. It is nice and 80 degrees today, but not a consistent 80. It's gonna start cooling off again. This is definitely gonna need a reapplication to get a lot of these smaller weeds will die out pretty well, but a lot of these bigger weeds in the next week or two will start to yellow and stress. Some may die, but probably majority of them will not die. They will need another application in about 30 days, especially at the minimum rate. So I know this is gonna take a while, and that's okay. But as you can see, the area is coated nice. It's pretty blue. I know on camera it may be a little tough to see the blue as much as I can, but it is nice and blue. So that is it. That is one of my favorite and best fall, winter, and summertime herbicides. When temperatures are consistently below 80 degrees, this is something I like to use. Now again, if you get a quick spike you know, like I said, it's February, it's 82 degrees today. That's fine. It's gonna be 40 at night coming to the end of this week. So it's cooling right back off. So consistent 80 and above, where 80 is becoming the minimum temperature, that's where you're gonna wanna start to be careful using the Celsius Extra. But other than temperatures of that, this product is great. It's effective, it works, and it can even kill some types of crabgrass. Now there's other types of crabgrass that cannot be treated, but there are types that can, and Celsius Extra can do that. So there it is. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below in the comments. And again, I have awesome online consultations and DIY kits. If you're interested in more of that, just email me. And everyone have a great rest of your day.